Welcome to the show where we talk about whatever we want, whenever we want, and nobody cares.
Hi there, I'm Joshua, and this is my co-host and brother Eli, and this is Podcast.
Hi, well, this is our first episode, obviously, of This is Podcast. As you said, my name is Eli, and I'm a photographer, and I play trombone, I speak Spanish, and that's just about me.
I actually am a father. I have 3 kids, 14, 5, and 3. Let's see here. I'm a housewife, so there's that. I'm writing a book. I actually teach martial arts privately, and I teach sword fighting privately. Love movies.
We both love movies.
Love movies.
Comics.
Love comics. History, politics, religion, Star Wars, you name it. We like to talk about it. So
yeah, that's kind of what this little podcast show is going to be about. We're going to talk about, again, whatever we want, whenever we want. We're going to try to make this a weekly thing, but there may be little, sub episodes. We also want to make little videos, short films, etc. We'll just see how it goes, see where it goes, So
on top of that, we want to talk about whatever you want to talk about. So anywhere in the comments below, post subject, anything that you're interested in or you think we might be interested in, and we'll talk about it. We love to talk about whatever you guys want to send our way. So let us know.
Yeah.
So having said that, how's your week going?
It's been okay so far. I'm still breathing, so the doctors tell me. And, that's about it. My week hasn't really been that interesting. I went on a hike with a dear friend of mine.
Where'd you go?
We went down, first of all, we're from Ohio, so we went down, anywhere from Ohio, probably knows the Hocking Hills area. We went down to Clear Creek area, went and hiked up in there. Got some great pictures. As I said, I'm a photographer, and the pictures of my DSLR that we're filming on right now, and on my SLR, my old film camera. So that's pretty cool. I really enjoyed doing that. Probably going to start making that a regular thing with him. So maybe he'll be featured on the show sometime. He's a pretty cool guy. So how's your week been going?
I spent all last week incredibly sick. Which is why we didn't film last week.
Or the weeks before that for various reasons. Usually sleep.
Actually, my whole family was sick. I had 2 of my kids had strep. Third had just a cold. And I had what was probably strep. I didn't go to the doctor. So
that's the way to go. Nobody likes doctor visits, especially around here. But yeah. So something interesting. We said that we really like film. So something we've been talking about. We already started. Unfortunately, we wanted to film this before, but we already started our little Tarantino Film Fest. You guys should know the great name in film, Quentin Tarantino.
Who you haven't seen most of his films.
Unfortunately, what I have seen, I've loved. Some of it's kind of weird. Some of it I would like to have seen more of or less of certain things. We'll get into that later. Mostly Inglourious Bastards. It's a good movie, but it's kind of 2 movies in one that should have been split into 2 personally. But still, I've been personally wanting to catch up on watching some Quentin Tarantino films for some time, and I just decided that was. Sorry about that. The kids.
That was my children in the bathtub.
Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, Michelle's up there. It's all right.
Quentin Tarantino film is being filmed upstairs actually right now. That's where the screams are from. But we've just been saying that. As I said, I've already seen Inglourious Bastards. We just watched
Reservoir
Dogs, which I really enjoyed. I love the Tarantino plot twists. Every little scene. Kind of as we talked about this last night. Actually, there was the thing where a lot of his stuff is focused on bad people. They're not necessarily bad guys in the show or represented as bad guys, or villains, I should say. Make it sound more adult. But it's kind of focused on bad people, and I really enjoyed that. Actually, it's a different take on life and how it all works. So, a really different take on life, on movies. That's something I think is Tarantino's thing. Not a lot of people do that. So, I'm really interested. I don't know what we're gonna do next for
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. Okay.
So I've seen all the Tarantino films, and I've
Except for Hateful Eight.
and except for Hateful Eight, which is out now.
I believe it's in theaters right now. So
probably will miss that. Unfortunately, we'll have to
wait until it's
out and then buy it. Or,
yeah, and might as well. I mean, they've been a little cheaper these days than they used to be for new films. So that although the commercial looked pretty great, I will say I'm really excited to see that. So
it's going to be hard coming off of what was his last film, Django Unchained, which I really, really consider to be Tarantino's masterpiece.
I haven't seen it yet.
Don't get me wrong, Reservoir Dogs I think is probably one of the strongest films in his repertoire, especially being a sophomore film for him. Mm-hmm. But Django Unchained really seemed to be, to me, I really loved it. I just thought that's where he really hit his stride, and I think everybody gave 150% in that film. So, if you haven't seen it, check it out. If you don't know anything about Tarantino, if you're turned off by excessive amounts of violence, you might be turned off by Tarantino films. So, probably next on our list is Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Which is, I think kind of probably his most popular.
I would say it's probably his most well-known. Django Unchained got a lot of focus. So when that came out, and I'd have to look that up, see which one's higher rated, see which one's more popular. But probably one of his most well-known, because it's older. A lot of people have seen it over the days. It's considered a classic now, I think. Is Pulp Fiction. It's a strange classic, mm-hmm. But when you think of classics, you don't quite think Pulp Fiction. But it'll be interesting to me.
What's funny is the first time I saw Pulp Fiction was with a friend, and we used to go to the Drexel, and they would play old films. And one time we went and saw Caddyshack, and this was when I was in high school a few years ago.
That's a good one.
And so. One weekend, one of my friends was like, "Hey, let's go see Pulp Fiction." And Drexel's doing it. They're doing this film, and let's dress up like some of the characters in the film. We'll wear like black suits and ties.
At the Drexel, a lot of people do that. You get a lot of the old film buffs that one of their movies is playing. They come in and they dress up. It's kind of fun.
So we're like, "Yeah, let's do it." So everybody dressed up in black suits and white shirts and black ties, and we slicked back our hair. And kind of John Travolta, and we dressed the nines, and we looked good. And we drove all the way up to the Drexel, and we got to the ticket, and we're like, "Hey, we'd like to buy tickets for Pulp Fiction." And I'm like, "Yeah, that played last week." I'm like, "Oh,
what's in tonight?"
I guess we'll go back to town. And so we drove an hour back, and ended up watching it on a crappy little TV in my friend's first apartment.
Drinking cheap beer.
No, not even. We just, but so there was that.
Yeah.
Speaking of movies, as we're talking about movies, did you yet watch the new Ghostbusters trailer?
Yeah, I saw it this morning.
You saw it this morning?
Yeah, after work, because I work night shift. Don't do it.
What are your thoughts?
Okay, as a child, I was raised watching a series of movies. I watched Star Wars as a child. I watched, Indiana Jones. I watched The Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter.
Back to the Future.
I had all those series. And I watched the original Ghostbusters movies, and they are incredible. Especially, we talk about this a lot. Back in the day, when movies had to be, to make a good movie, it had to be completely organic. Puppets, double layering film so that there was translucency in the today it's a lot easier because we can just edit things, but it's also because it's easier. I think people become really complacent with their filmmaking, because if you look at the ghosts, for instance, you look at the ghosts from the very original Ghostbusters #1, and there's that in the library, this little girl the woman reading a book, and she says shh and all that. She's a puppet, you know. They added a little translucency to it. They added some color to it. And it was really kind of cool and creepy. You know, she jumps out at them, and they all get scared and they run away.
In hindsight, if you look at it now, it actually is pretty terrible.
But it's so terrible because it's so organic and so awesome. That's what made movies back in the day.
Yeah, that's true.
And today you got like that CGI look, and all the, you know, they think, oh, we can do whatever we want with it because we can just use computers to add whatever we want. And you know, when people we talked about this the other night again, people leaning on green screen and green screen setups instead of actually being there, props, being there, you know, sets that. Or when people, you know, for in this case, they add the ghost digitally. Nothing's really in the face. You don't actually see the excitement from the actors and actresses, I think, as you do when they have that organic sense to it.
It's interesting.
So, but the ghosts are compared. The ghosts are not. They look horrible in my
opinion. Well, yeah, they're way over the top CGI, and I think I said earlier today. I think when we talked about earlier. I think I said, you know, they kind of went like Star Wars prequels, Lucas, where they went way over the top with the CGI. It's interesting you said something about the actors not seeming excited, because you have in this movie Kate McKinnon, Kristen Wiig, you have Melissa McCartney, Leslie Jones. These are some pretty strong actresses, some pretty strong comedic actresses, and a lot of our SNL alumni have worked together and have chemistry. Yeah, well, except Melissa McCartney. Mm-hmm. And they have some, you know, already have some chemistry. They've already worked together, and I just felt like when I was watching it, other than that last little bit at the end of the trailer, which I laughed my tits off. I thought it was hilarious.
With Leslie Jones.
I was like, okay, that's pretty damn funny.
That was pretty fucking hilarious.
But beyond that, I thought everybody felt very cardboard, very wooden, and it was kind of a shame to see, you know. I'm not a huge fan of reboots anyway.
You know, well, to take something back to that, I do like some reboots. Some of them are not good. For instance, Lord of the Rings. The original Lord of the Rings was incredible. It was beyond incredible. You can get the extended editions. I own them. I don't mind sitting down with some friends for 12 hours straight, watching all of them in a row if I need to get that excitement. I love the Lord of the Rings. And then The Hobbit came out.
That's a reboot, though.
Yeah, but still. Then you have, but then in that case, it could be considered a reboot, but it's not necessarily. But I didn't like it that much. But The Hobbit, if you watch The Hobbit by itself and you've never seen The Lord of the Rings, you may like it. If you've seen The Lord of the Rings, you probably won't like it. Also, if you read the book and realized the book was this thin, if you stack the 3 DVD cases together, it's thicker than the book. 2 of them are thicker than the book. Come on. If the DVD case is thicker than the book, then it's probably not worth it. Just saying. So, okay, that's not necessarily true. But that shouldn't have happened, the 3 movies. But also something about the reboot. At the same time, Star Wars just got a reboot that is really
That's not really a reboot.
freaking awesome.
Yeah.
How long has it been since...
It's 30 years, but it's not a reboot. They're not... I guess in some ways
it's been a while. It's been a couple...
It's a sequel is what it is. It's a sequel to the classic movies.
Yeah, true. So, I guess you're right. Reboots in general, especially... There's some... We talked about, like, the idea of them having an all-female cast for the new Ghostbusters. I like... And to be honest, sort of dislike that. I know it's kind of a common theme today to have, like, you know, prominent female actors and things like that. I'm not trying to, and I swear I'm not sexist in any way. However, I do believe that it does kind of go against, we talked about this before, kind of go against the whole female thing, because like it is a reboot of something original, and they change just so much, and I think it loses the integrity of the original Ghostbusters.
To me, it just seems it's sexist to make it female. You know, you're taking what was a movie franchise that was built on the strength of 3 white guys,
and a black guy.
Well, okay, but let's face it, Arnie Hudson, like Leslie Jones in the movie, is just a token black character, which is unfortunate. There's so many strong black actors and actresses that they couldn't
Yeah.
Like, really, you couldn't make them part of. And if you look, she kind of joins the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Like, these are Ghostbusters, and here's Leslie Jones.
It's just like the original, and it's interesting because the original was made in a time when that was slightly more acceptable to have the black guy be like the outcast, the guy that joins in.
I don't know. It came out in the '80s, though. You know, you're at the height of like Eddie Murphy doing his thing.
True.
There really shouldn't have been. That really shouldn't have been an issue.
Even in this, they do the same thing. And the other problem with it is something I found earlier. I may be incorrect about this, but IMDb is my source, so I'm pretty sure they're usually right. That's the internet movie database. They're a great place to go and visit if you want to know anything about any movie. In the top billed cast, Leslie Jones, who's one of the 4 Ghostbusters, is the 9th highest paid actress.
Yeah, after what Chris Hemsworth's on there. I didn't know Chris Hemsworth's on there.
I didn't know. Like I don't think he was in the commercial.
Trailer, he's gonna pay more than. Yeah.
I don't know why that is. If you're gonna make a Ghostbusters movie with 4 Ghostbusters, I'm pretty sure the 4 Ghostbusters should be the highest billed cast, and they should be incredible. And really, I think it kind of downplays who they are. Also, there has been controversy recently about how whitewashed the Oscars are and just the film, film awards and all that. There's a lot of talk about that. I don't know if you've kept up on that or not.
I don't follow the Oscars at all. I love film, but I don't really give a crap who got what.
Congratulations to Leo DiCaprio for finally getting his, though. It's been a long ride for him, and he's done good. He's done some crap too. I have to say, The Great Gatsby was just awful in my opinion, but yeah, going back, it is interesting to see that Leslie Jones, she's a great actress, I think. In my opinion, she's a great actress.
She gets typecast a lot as the angry black woman. Even in SNL skits, she's like the angry black woman every single time. So it's hard for me to say how great an actress is, just because she's always getting the. And I'm not saying it's her fault or that's what she wants to do, but that's just how she always gets cast.
Yeah.
But
I just think it's rather unfortunate that, of all things, the black woman that's one of the 4, supposed to be at least, is not in the top bill. And she's not just. It's not just that she's not in the top bill. There's 8 white people above her. There might be one other black person that was above her. I can't remember who it was. Now, I will say, Bill Murray is in it, and he's billed higher than her, which is interesting to me because, as I understand it, he might just be making a small cameo.
I have no idea.
I heard that. Now, he may be a prominent character, might teach them how to do everything, might be someone's father. They really haven't introduced that yet. They'll do the Luke, I am your father thing. Like, he's going to show up and come up to, Melissa McCarthy's character. He's like, bitch, I'm your dad. That would be, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. So,
you know what's interesting? When that trailer premiered, before it premiered, they had a trailer. And I started to watch the trailer, and we got to the end of the trailer. The trailer comes out on March.
I forgot about
16th.
that.
They had a trailer for the trailer, which I just think is absolutely insane.
That's it goes my mind that you wasted money to have a trailer for a trailer. I guess trailers are kind of almost as popular as movies these days. There are some people that watch, that really get into the trailers. They try to find out every little detail from the movie, from trailers, which sadly trailers a lot of times do this today, and I really don't like that. I want to watch a trailer to find out about if the movie's going to be good or not, if I want to really invest time and money into going and seeing it in theaters. I don't want to find out every funny detail of the movie or every jump scare from the movie, something like that. I'm not really a big horror fan, but if I was, I don't want to find out, oh, there's a jump scare right there, so I'll be expecting it during the movie.
Right.
Having overdone commercials, that's a common thing, overdone commercials. So, yeah. So,
you're about to say something.
I'm trying to think about what I wanted to say. That kind of brings me back to something when I can't get my mind on straight. The other night I was at work, right? I work, as I said, I work night shift, and I'm also a bit of an insomniac. I just can't sleep. So that's why I moved to night shift, actually. I was thinking, oh, if I'm not going to sleep during the night, might as well be making money. Sounds like a prostitute thing, but it's not, I promise. Yeah, I said it. But, yeah, like I did move. I moved to night shift thinking because I can actually make more money working a night shift. And I thought it was gonna work out, but really I'm not. I figure like it'll help. I'm not gonna be sleeping during the night. I can work during the night, get more money, but now I'm just not sleeping during the day either. So, and that night in particular, it was an 8-hour shift. It was supposed to be an 8-hour shift. Fortunately, I was able to leave early, but I was exhausted because I hadn't slept in like 3 days. I worked like 2 other night shifts before that 8-hour shifts, and I was exhausted. I started hallucinating. I actually started hallucinating, and I can say I've never done any kind of drugs that would make me hallucinate or anything like that. I guess I've had like a sleep paralysis before. I've had that before quite many times. So I guess
really,
yes, I've had.
I've only heard about this recently. There's a documentary on Netflix.
I watched it and actually made it come back because I hadn't had it in a couple of years, and I've had it. It is horrible. I'm not like the now. If you watch that documentary, I think it's just called Sleep Paralysis. It's really interesting. Watch it. It will scare the hell out of you, and you will thank God that you don't have it.
Or you'll get it.
Or you'll
get watching it.
By watching it. Like that night, I'm not kidding, I watched it at a friend's place. She's like, let's watch this. I'm like, she's like, I'm interested. I'm like, no, you're not. Please, no. Because I've had it a few times. And really, it's mostly because I'm an insomniac, and I stay up longer than I should. Like, I'll be trying to stay up because my mind is just running and running and running. But at the same time, my body is just shutting down and just going into complete and total exhaustion. And I'll, like, half fall asleep. Like this, like the sleep paralysis, and when I saw that, I didn't know what it was called. I've experienced it before, and I was scared to death by it when I experienced it. I didn't know what it was called until I watched that, and it kind of reassured me that other people had experienced it.
Right.
It's like, you know, when you hear something, you're like, oh, is that a ghost? And everyone else is like, I didn't hear anything, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna die. So, you know, I was actually kind of relieved that other people have experienced it. I kind of felt bad for them because some of these people are experiencing it every night. I would actually not be able to live with myself if I did. That would just be absolutely awful. But as I said, I'm an insomniac and I sleep. But I started hallucinating at work. And at one point, I had a pile of boxes that I hadn't broken down yet. And I was walking towards them, and I thought there was a girl sitting there on the boxes with her head down like this, and she had like this weird hat thing on. I just kind of shook my head a little bit, and there was just boxes sitting there. At one point, I was talking to my manager, who was standing there scanning some stuff, and I looked over, and he wasn't there. At one point, I was talking to somebody else that was kind of sitting on the corner of the aisle that I was working in, and I was kind of standing inside the aisle. I thought he was talking to me, and then as soon as I said yeah, in agreement with something he said, my mind just kind of snapped and realized there was nobody there. Like, I didn't even have to look. I knew I was alone. The entire store was quiet, where everyone had probably gone on break or something like that. It was bad. So I ended up leaving, and I also have a heart condition. I actually left because I was not feeling good with my heart. But
heartache.
Yeah, heartache. I was missing my bro so much, but yeah, just yeah. Talking about that though, talking about the not sleeping and all that. Talking about work primarily. Last night I worked a 4-hour shift.
Oh, that sucks.
I worked a 4-hour shift, and tonight I work a 4-hour shift. And you want to know something better? The next night I work a 4-hour shift.
And you know what? I used to work I used to. What's that?
That's thirsty.
I used to work. I just got over being sick.
Okay. I could just get my 4-hour shifts.
I used to work for a place, and we'd work a 4-hour. I would get 4-hour shifts in the evening.
What kind of place?
Food place.
Okay.
No, it was when when I worked at the hospital.
Yeah.
I worked 4-hour shifts in the evening, right? And so I'm going at 4, get up by 8.
Mm-hmm.
And that sucked because it felt like you had the whole day off. You get up in the morning, you have the whole day off, and then at the about the time you're like, oh, I've got a lot done today. I got the kids. Kids are home from school. I'm gonna crash, and kind of enjoy the rest of the evening. No, I'm gonna go to work for 4 hours.
Yeah.
And working 4 hours just feels absolutely useless. You go and then you're gone.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my, not that I don't appreciate the money, but
it really is. And I know you dislike them pretty much entirely. I have a love-hate relationship with my 4-hour shifts. I love them because I don't have to work 4 hours. And when you work a job in retail like I do, you understand. I'm not bashing on my job, I'm not bashing on the people I work with, but you just don't want to be there for more than an hour at a time. I go to the shop, but I also have to work there. So, and that's great that I only have to work 4 hours. I see it that way. But at the same time, I hate them because I work night shift, and a 4-hour night shift, you have to understand, is midnight to 4 in the morning. And usually the way I work, I sleep like in a little section in the middle of the day. So it doesn't help that I work from 12 to 4. I get home and there's nothing I can do. I can play video games, or I can watch YouTube videos or Netflix or something like that. But I feel like I should be doing something productive, especially because I'm a photographer. And as a photographer, there's not much for me to do at 4 o'clock in the morning at all. So like, it is kind of suck. 4-hour shifts really do suck to me because I honestly would really like to be more productive. Right. I also like the idea of being a morning person, and when I can get up in the morning, when I have a normal sleeping schedule, when I can get up in the morning, I love to get up and feel like I'm completing my day by not wasting the whole day doing that. But now sleeping during the day, my day is partially wasted from having to sleep because I work night shift. So yeah, I actually worked in the deli before I worked over there at Kroger's, and it was actually worse for those 4-hour shifts because it was usually 7 to 11. And the thing about working 7 to 11 is that for the deli, we started our extended close at 7. So essentially what I was doing, I was going in to close the deli. I felt like,
you usually go down and close.
The first thing I did usually when I walked in was start cleaning one of the slicers. Because we clean one of them at 7 o'clock.
How do you clean a slicer there?
We have to break them down. You have to take off the plate above the blade.
Do you ever take the rag and turn on the blade and just?
No. Meaning, no, we're not supposed to.
I worked with a guy that did.
We did.
Who he'd pull up and he'd just turn it on.
Yeah, holding things.
Yeah, so this slicer thing. Except we would do that all the time, especially when we were working on the fly.
Until someone's hand got cut off.
No,
their whole hand.
Pinky. His jacket, the edge of his jacket caught on the blade, and it caught his pinky, and it just kind of ripped his arm forward, and it hit his pinky, and that flew across the kitchen. We found it it rolled underneath a fridge.
Pulling that out and like, can't tell if this is the pinky or swivel carrot.
And so yeah, we had to be
some ice, dipping it some weed.
We had a. I guess you're Hannibal Lecter, man.
Perhaps.
Little.
You don't know me.
You don't know me. So yeah, we took a styrofoam cup, some ice, pinky, some more ice, put a lid on it. We took him to the hospital.
I just picture a pinky like flipping across the room.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Oh my lord. That is hilarious. I've never heard that story. That's awesome. So, Yeah, like what is that sound?
What is that?
What? Oh! It is time for a product review.
Product review?
Yeah, product review.
What is the product you brought us today?
Interestingly, it is this. This is Aloe Vera drink. Now, if you know anything about Aloe Vera is a product that you use usually to wipe on your skin on a burn.
It's a product?
It is a product. We sell it at Kroger's for some price I don't know. You should buy it. But yeah, aloe vera is actually a plant. You can see them. They grow in the desert, but they actually grow anywhere just about in a moderate temperature, moderate to high end climate temperature. You can just take if you get burnt, you can just take the plant, snap it, and just kind of squeeze it a bit and rub the juice right on. It works that way. This is a really interesting thing to me because I grew up, and most people that I know grew up using aloe vera to heal burns. And then I see this at work one day. Actually, no, I take it back. The first time we saw it was at Aldi's.
It's got all kinds of pulp in it.
We saw it at Aldi's first, and we're like, what the hell is that? And so I saw it at work, and I'm like, I'm going to pick some up. I think they were like 89 cents at Kroger's. This is the Kroger brand. There's other brands, obviously brand names. The ingredients
have no artificial colors.
Yeah, there we go. The ingredients are water, aloe vera, juice, and pulp, cane sugar, so that might help a little bit, calcium lactate, citric acid, natural flavor, ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C, and xanthan gum. So it's product of Thailand. So that, I feel like my T-shirt's probably a product of Thailand too. I don't know how do they match. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, look.
It's got 10% calcium.
Yeah. In Oregon, we can get 5 cents for the bottle.
It's 15% aloe vera juice.
Do you realize that if it's only 15% aloe vera juice, with all of the stuff that's in it, including the cane sugar and all that, that means that this is approximately 84.5% water. But still, I mean, I don't know if you can see this in the camera, but let me try to focus that real fast. It's kind of gelatinous looking. The pulp is all floating inside. Yeah, sorry, it's not really focusing too well. I'm kind of shaking it as I hold it. But oh shit. There we go. So yeah, it's actually very
it's like a wall lamp or something.
You kind of hold it, and the pulp doesn't settle. It floats. It floats throughout the thing. It kind of moves like when you move a cup when the ice stays in place due to its inertia. It kind of does that. The pulp just floats in place. It doesn't settle. Like you'd expect. These have actually been sitting on his mantle. This is we're filming at my older brother Josh's place here. They've been sitting on the mantle for like 2 or 3 weeks, and the pulp didn't settle.
No.
In 2 or 3 weeks. So that's kind of crazy. So supposedly drinking is supposed to be good for your skin, good for your throat. I think somebody told me it's an antioxidant. So I guess that's good.
It's an antioxidant.
But
smoke cigarettes, it's an antioxidant.
Yeah. So yeah, let's give this baby a whirl. You ready for this?
I'm gonna smell it first.
Yeah. It doesn't smell bad, actually.
It smells like it smells like Fruit Stripes gum.
It smells exactly like that. I don't know. Cheerio.
So cheers to the first episode
of this podcast. Actually, that's not bad.
No, actually, it is. I thought it was gonna be like Jello.
I thought I was gonna hate. Now, actually, the little pulp is kind of Jello-y. It's kind of weird. It's kind of little. But
actually, the pulp did bother. I thought that would be the thing that was gonna set me over the edge.
I really was expecting to hate this. I thought I was gonna start gagging and I was gonna throw it up. No, this is actually really awesome.
That is incredibly good.
I'm actually gonna.
I can't believe I'm saying I actually like it. I thought for sure.
Actually, the pulp, I know exactly what the pulp is. The pulp is about the consistency of a grape. Try it.
See, I'm not trying to pulp. I'm drinking it right now without hitting any real pulp.
Oh, I kind of chew down on, because, I love orange juice with pulp. Kind of keep the pulp in your mouth and kind of bite down on it. It's kind of like a grape. You see that?
Yeah.
That's really interesting. I actually enjoy this.
I cannot believe I'm saying that. That's incredible.
I need to start drinking this for my skin, because my skin is beautiful already, but it needs to be more beautiful. Soft for the ladies.
I'm so surprised.
I am amazed! The bottle is green, by the way. We were talking about it. We couldn't decide if the juice was green or if the bottle was green. I think they're both green.
I don't know. I guess I get a clear cup and we could.
Or here, actually, I'm gonna pour just a little bit in the lid and see if it's. It's got a slight green tinge to it. I mean, that's actually really good. I am completely amazed.
That isn't pulping.
So yeah, okay. So do a little review here. I give this. For surprise, like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Completely surprised.
That's incredible. It's so funny.
If you're looking for a juice drink, it's supposed to be really good for you. It's got cane sugar. It's not straight sugar. It's cane sugar, so it's healthier sugar. It's not like a bleach sugar or anything like that. Words can't describe right now. I'm kind of speechless. I'm just so shocked. We've been waiting in anticipation for 2 weeks to film this, and we've had these sitting around, and every time I look at them, I'm like, what the hell am I doing? I'm going to get this, I'm going to bomb it on camera. That is actually really good.
Although, I will say, it's deceptive, because it looks, even now, it looks more gelatinous than it actually is.
Yeah,
especially when you see the pulp.
Well, the thing is, the bottle was full. Completely full, right to the brim. So when you flipped it upside down, there was no air. You couldn't see that it took forever to flip it upside down. It could have just been a bottle full of Jello for all we knew.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could see the pulp floating around a little bit, but it looks, when you just do this, it looks like Jello. But then you move it, and it's a juice. So, I guess it says aloe vera juice and pulp, but it's just unexpected. It's a really good product, actually. I really enjoy this.
It's a little fruity.
It is definitely fruity. It's fruity.
It's slightly sweet. It's not overbearingly sweet.
Yeah, definitely. It's perfect, I think. It's perfect with the sweetness. It's not like you squeeze it or something.
I would voluntarily drink this again, but I don't know under what circumstances. I don't know if I would oh, hey, sometimes Michelle's my wife.
Yeah.
My beautiful, wonderful wife. My best friend in the whole world.
Look at me.
You're my second best friend in the whole world.
There we go. I'll go.
Sometimes my wife and I we'll drive somewhere. We'll drive, out of town, or we'll have to do something. So we'll swing by a gas station, and I'll pick up a coffee, or maybe if I'm not, usually I'm a big coffee drinker.
Just swing by Kroger's and pick up an aloe vera juice.
Yeah, well, that's it. Sometimes I'm like, you know what though, I don't really feel like coffee. I want something kind of a little more refreshing, something a little more liquidy. But I don't know if I would just go into a gas station and be like, oh hey, look, aloe vera juice. So
now this was with the V8 and the tomato juice and all that. So I think a lot of people might associate it with stay back there, buddy. But we don't need that. We don't need that negativity in my life. What's that? Don't worry about it. Do you want to try it? It's good. You want to try it?
It's my youngest son, Luke, who is 3, and he just took a shower, and now he's incredibly naked. You
like it? It's good?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like that? Okay, I'll give you some more later, okay? Even he likes it, so get the kids started early. Shouldn't say that.
Hey, Lukey.
That's good.
Hey, is it good?
Yeah, it's good.
Hey, Lukey Thomas.
Hey, Luke.
Why don't you get some pants on, buddy boy?
Go get some pants, buddy.
Go get some pants. There we go.
Mommy will get my today.
Okay, but go get pants first.
But he's in the sink.
Okay. Go put on pants.
Evidently, his Jedi is in the sink. So, I'll keep that for him. But
So yeah, again, what I was saying though is I would voluntarily drink that again. I would voluntarily buy and drink that again. I just don't know what the circumstances would be that I would do that.
I volunteer as tribute. No, it really. I thought I was volunteering as a tribute. I was gonna die when I drank it. It really is. As you said, it is fruity. It's not really what if you ever smelled aloe vera, the plant itself, or you can buy it at the store in bottles to put on your burns and stuff like that. It's very far from that.
No, it wasn't all
I was expecting to open it and smell that strong, odorous aloe vera smell. And it smells almost like... I want to say peaches. It smells like peaches almost.
I'm saying I'm calling this fruit stripes, the gum fruit stripes.
Definitely,
the fruit stripe gum.
So definitely go on and try this if you like fruit. I guess if you're a health nut, it's supposed to be really, really good for you.
You know what's funny is last week, as he mentioned, that he brought it over to my house. We've been planning to make this first episode for a little bit, and some things got in the way. We were going to do it last week. Last week I was sick. And what's funny is I'm laying on the couch and I feel like a piece of crap.
And
my throat is hurting so bad. My left gland is swollen. And I'm almost certain I had strep just because I've had before. I know.
Yeah.
And I was so certain it was strep, but I'd already gone to the doctor 3 times with 3 of my boys, and so I was like, I really don't want to go again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there, I'm laying on the couch, I'm looking up at the man, I'm like,
That would probably be really good for my throat right now.
I'm like, aloe vera is supposed to be a healer.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I drink that and it's getting direct contact with my throat, that'll probably start healing it. So I was really tempted to go ahead and crack it, but I persevered. The strep is gone.
And we had tried it here for you.
Tried it here for you.
Unboxing, unbottling, uncapping, and review. Well, I think we really are about out of time.
Yep.
Unfortunately, this actually I think went a little longer than we were planning to go, but whatever. It's a first shot. Actually, it's technically our second shot at it, but this is our first official shot. This obviously publicized if you're watching this. So,
let us know how you think. Comment below. We want to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, as well as what we want to talk about. We kind of mentioned our interest in the beginning. If any of those things interest you, anything that we've talked about, any of the things we're interested in, you guys want to know more about, let us know.
Yeah.
So comment below, let us know what you think.
I know it's really, really early on in the show, but if you really like it, subscribe. I gotta be that guy. Sorry, because it is the best way to remind people that if you do like this, please continue watching. This is fun for us. We're hoping it's fun for you too, that you enjoy what you're seeing. Obviously, if you've gotten this far in the episode, you probably enjoy what you're seeing because you're still watching it. But really, if you do like it, please subscribe and help us keep up our enjoyment as well as yours. Comment, tell us what you think. We're always interested in watching new movies, playing new games,
listening to new music.
We're huge music.
We didn't even touch on that.
Yeah, we didn't even touch on that at all. I forgot to mention.
He is a musician. I am a music lover.
Yeah, I play all the brass instruments. I'm primarily a trombone player. I also am learning bass guitar right now. I've wanted to forever, and I finally just picked one up and have been playing it. It'll be fun. You might see it sometime. You might have already seen it, depending on how this episode goes. So, yeah, well, thanks for sticking around this long. I know that's pretty tough to do, especially with attractive men like me on the screen. So, and him, of course. Gotta make sure that's in there. So, yeah. Hi, Mom!
Hey, Mom.
Okay. Thank you.
So I'm Joshua.
I'm Eli, and this is Podcast.